customers coming through the door looking for chicken, which is why Costco keeps their chickens all the way in the back of the store. Many other chains use the same strategy of luring customers into their stores with cheap, delicious chicken. While Costco isn't the only player in the rotisserie chicken game, they're taking steps to go above and beyond their competition. Since they started selling, they've invested in larger, high-efficiency ovens and containers made with less plastic. The centrally located state was chosen in part because of the large corn and soybean production there, which will save Costco on feed costs. That's important because they're going to have a lot of chickens to feed.
Costco looks like a fortress of savings. Giant warehouses, endless bulk deals, and a loyal army of cardholders. But hidden in that fortress are cracks most people never see. Just like advanced military hardware, the shiny exterior hides vulnerabilities that can be exploited. What are the 10 secrets Costco doesn't want you to know? The ones that reveal how their empire really operates. Stay sharp, because by the end, you'll see their playbook in a whole new way. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. A membership card looks harmless. A piece of plastic in your wallet. But that rectangle is not just a ticket inside a warehouse, it's an opening maneuver, a barrier that reshapes how you think long before you reach the shelves. Think of it like the entry checkpoint to a forward operating base.
Cooked chickens are going to go bad faster, and they want to keep them at a price point that'll make sure they're continuously going out the door. People need a reason to make their trek to Costco, and what's a better reason than a quick and tasty low-cost dinner that's ready to serve? It's also worth noting that rotisserie chickens aren't the only products Costco has said they'll keep at these insanely super low prices.
The soldiers inside feel safe because the walls are guarded. You feel privileged because the door seems closed to outsiders. Yet that closed gate is where the real control begins. Costco frames the card as simple: pay once a year, walk through the doors, gain the keys to an empire of bulk. But exclusivity works like a tactical choke point on the battlefield. Once you submit to carrying that card, you've already conceded ground. There's no browsing quietly. You can't drift by for one or two small items the way you would in an ordinary store. You've invested just to stand on the floor. And that first move locks you into a supply channel that now flows one way. Here's where the trap strengthens. Supply lines in war can strangle entire armies. Rely too much on one road, one convoy, one depot, and your options collapse. Costco's membership follows the same design. At renewal time, even if you didn't use it much, you still feel pressed to keep it. Why? Because to walk away means admitting you lost that fee. That is the sunk cost fallacy in action, an invisible hazard every commander fears when logistics consume soldiers faster than enemy fire. You may have walked the aisles once in a while, picked up a deal here or there, but when the yearly bill arrives you justify it. You tell yourself you might use it more this year. You recall one or two bigger purchases and build a story around them. That story is not savings, it is rationalization. And that is its power. Armies build weapon systems so costly and complicated that, once fielded, they lock the nation into maintaining them, even when doctrine changes. The membership card is Costco's version of that over-engineered system. Expensive on the inside, sticky on the outside, impossible to abandon without guilt. But the card isn't only a financial draft. It trains your instincts. By conditioning you to believe the store requires bulk, it bends your perception of what normal shopping looks like. Once bulk becomes the assumed baseline, a small bag of rice seems inadequate, a basic pack of tissue feels like waste. The hidden fee is not just money, it's a tax on perspective. You begin to think quantity equals value, just as some armies once assumed larger fleets meant victory, when in truth numbers without flexibility can become liabilities.
Costco rotisserie chicken, the savior of weeknight dinners. This cheap and easy staple has been a Costco all-star for years, but you still might not know all the hacks, tips, and secrets behind how it's made and how you can use it.
In fact, the chicken is so cheap, it doesn't seem like Costco could even make money selling them. And yet, Costco continues to sell them for $4.99, while their competitors have raised prices. Costco first began selling their $4.99 chicken in 2009, and it was an instant hit. Just a year later, Costco sold 51 million rotisserie chickens, and by 2017, that number was up to 87 million. The centrally located state was chosen in part because of the large corn and soybean production there, which will save Costco on feed costs. That's important because they're going to have a lot of chickens to feed.
What it actually does is raise loyalty by creating guilt. If you don't use it, you wasted it. That guilt is the spark that makes you go back, again and again, not because you need new supplies, but because you can't bear the thought of surrendering the entry pass unused. That's a commander dispatching troops into a no-win fight just to justify past losses. And the system doesn't end at the door. The signature food court, famous for the unchanging $1.50 hot dog, looks like the soldier's ration that never runs out. It's marketed as unbreakable, as if invincible to inflation. But that ration is bait. It anchors you on the feeling of victory, cheap food in an age of rising costs, while clearing the way for the real ambush. Once you're inside, many shoppers routinely overspend, grabbing bulk snacks, gadgets, or home goods they never planned on. The hot dog is not the prize. It's the forward scout, pulling you deeper where the ambush waits. So the battlefield at Costco doesn't start with price tags. It begins with that thin card, the gate pass that feels like privilege but doubles as shackles. From loyalty demanded at the threshold to the decoy ration in the food court, every piece is arranged with tactical patience. The next front, the one that hits hardest, waits deeper inside. It's not in the doors or the cafeteria. It hides in the packaging itself, built to trigger instincts older than any store. What drives you there isn't logic. It's survival impulse, pressed into cardboard and shrink wrap. Costco's walls are not made of steel or concrete. They're built from loyalty, guilt, and habit. Those walls hold shoppers tighter than barbed wire, but like any defense system, cracks exist. If you can spot them, you can slip through with control intact rather than captured. So here's the tactical question: what's the strongest weapon in their arsenal? The membership card, the food court ration, or the bulk pack illusion? Comment your choice below. And if you want to keep breaking down these hidden systems, subscribe and join a community that studies how power is engineered, on the battlefield and in the marketplace.